Hello. From time to time, people ask me, or they're a little surprised when they find out what my age is. Most of my life, people have thought that I'm younger than I am, and I guess I just want to share some of my secrets with you. Now, they're not really secrets, most of it's common sense, but so I do, I think I'll do a separate video on nutrition, mainly through supplements. However, I am careful with the food that I eat. My exercise routine, which is what I want to do today, and I'll probably do a how-to to get started for people that haven't really done much in the way of exercise, so that'll be another video. Generally I do this exercise routine 3 to 5 times a week. I also line dance. I think line dancing is great exercise. It's good for your brain, it's good for your body. I do a little bit of yoga here and there. And I have some lower back issues, so I really started getting into core work to help support my lower back, which is also a well-known fact that you should do that. As always, you should check with your healthcare professional before starting any exercise routine. Okay, normally, if I'm doing this in the morning or evening, I'll try and do some stretches before getting into my actual workout. I'm not going to include the stretch time in the workout video. I have this Fitbit that gives me some crude data on my sleep, and if I'm up in the middle of the night for more than an hour, like almost to the minute, it's like if I'm up for an hour, it freaks out and it can't figure out what my sleep data is. So it wants a 3-hour chunk. So if it's the middle of the night, I don't do stretching. I'll just go right into the workout, which I think is about 20 minutes. But anyway, it's always a good idea to stretch a little bit. So I like to do a stretch, a couple back stretches. What you want to try and do is keep your chest high and your back low. So think about bringing your chest up. You may not be able to grab your foot. Maybe you're just going to grab your shin, knee, whatever's comfortable for you, but try and keep your chest up, and you don't want to get into a position like this. You want to try and keep that back straight if you can. I can grab my foot and pull myself down. So I'll do a stretch for about 10 seconds. Then I'll switch, try and keep it even. Switch and do my left leg. Again for about 10 seconds. And then I'll do a few back stretches. Well, it's more of a torsion stretch. Anyway, put my foot over and twist. And twist the other way. I can push off with my elbow. I'll pop there in the back. You want to turn your head as far as you can. Try to look behind you. And then I'll switch. And twist this way, again pushing off with the elbow. Again trying to look back 180 degrees if possible. That gives the stretch all the way up your spine and up through your upper neck, the upper cervical spine. And then I'll twist back the other way. Again, as far as you can. So, I like to start my workout with planche push-ups. I can't actually do planche push-ups, but this is something to get me closer to that goal. I'm hoping to be able to do planche push-ups someday. So, come up, put your hands a little bit behind your shoulders, and your weight is on the balls of the feet, up on the toes, and you just come down and up. Now if you're actually doing planches, you have enough balance where your feet are up off the ground. But I don't have that balance. I probably don't have the strength. I can usually get 10 or 12. I generally can't get more than that, maybe on a really good day. So I'm going to start out with just standard crunches. Usually I do about 20 of them. So I'll you put your fingertips lightly on your head, very lightly. If you can't do crunches like this, bring your arms down, it'll reduce the impact. You can do it with them down. I do them up to create a little more resistance. So you're just coming up into a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So I'm going to go from regular crunches to side crunches. To try and get a little bit of balance, I'll put my hands down here, and basically you're almost balanced on one hip. There's not a lot of movement in this one. There's 20, and I'll do them on the other side. Try and keep everything even. So again, I'm not totally sideways. And that gets us 20 on that side. Usually at this point I'll take a little bit of a break, and this activates the glutes and the muscles of the lower back. It's really a yoga position. So you try and keep your body straight, your body and your legs straight. Try and roll yourself up onto your shoulders, and actually try and push your hips as high up as you can. If you want, you can interlock your hands underneath or just leave them flat, whatever you want to do. This lets me bring my breathing down a little bit. I really should let it become more of a aerobic workout. Okay, from there I'll do a knee to elbow routine. So I put the palms of my hands on kind of on my forehead. Elbows are pointing towards my knees, and I'm just bringing those elbows up towards the knees. And there's 20. From here, I'll go into legs straight to the ceiling. So I bring the legs straight up. Try and keep the knees straight if you can. If you can't, that's okay. But anyway, legs are straight up. And the goal is to kind of bring your hands, I keep my hands kind of like this, left or right over the other. And I'm trying to kind of reach towards the feet. And there's our 20. At this point I'll usually do some side planks. I use my phone as a timer. I usually do about 1 minute and 15 seconds roughly. Let me get this thing set right. Sometimes if I'm feeling energetic, I'll add leg lift into that. So you're keeping your, in this case my left forearm is on the floor, and so my weight is on my left forearm and my left foot, and my right foot's kind of backing that up. So you have both sides of the hip kind of activated to tighten the obliques on the left side. So what I do when I start my timer, sometimes, I don't do this every time, but if I'm feeling okay, then I'll do 10 seconds with my leg lifted up. And that puts all the stress on this side and the hip. So here we go, leg up for 10 seconds. Then I'll bring it back down for about 10 seconds. I'm probably leaning a little bit towards slightly more time up. Leg down. Leg up. It's my last leg up. If you can't do this, it's not a big deal. It is actually pretty hard to do this side plank with a leg up. And then my last 10 seconds, I have that foot down. And switch sides. So again, we'll get up into that side plank. Sometimes I'll rotate this arm a little bit. If I turn my palm upward or fist upward, it gives my arm a little bit of a break. You can do it with it sideways as well. It doesn't make a lot of difference. So here we go. Get ready to bring that leg up. Again, you don't have to do this. This also works these muscles in the hip on the side that you're lifting the leg. Still have good tightness here in the obliques. Bring that leg back up. Roughly 10 seconds. Leg back down, short break. Leg back up, last one. Leg back down, last 10 seconds. If you have trouble doing that, you could bring your knee, go up on your knees without lifting the leg. Same with push-ups, regular push-ups. If you go on your knees, you're not lifting nearly as much of your body weight. So it's a little bit easier. This is just an option. If you're just starting out, you might want to try this, provided it's okay with your healthcare professional. Okay, next I'm going to do diamond push-ups. When you have your hands on the floor, you're kind of making a diamond shape with your hands. So I'm taking this shape, this diamond in here, this shape, down to the floor, and this is a diamond push-up. What this does is it keeps your hands close together, and it really works your triceps. As you're up in the push-up position, you're also working your abs. And I like to keep my butt up a little bit, and that puts the workout on my upper chest a little bit more. As you get older, everything starts to sag. So by working the upper chest a little bit more, it helps reduce that. So butts up in the air a little bit, diamond push-ups. I think that was 25 if I counted correctly. I'm feeling a little better today. Sometimes I'll just stop at 20, 22, just depending on how I feel. So those are diamond push-ups. The next thing I'm going to do is knees to the chest. So we're going back down into a crunch position. And we're going to bring the legs out, kind of like a leg lift. Then we're just going to bring the knees up towards the chest. If you lift your hips off the floor a little bit, that works your abs a little bit more. Okay, so I go right into leg lifts. Normally I can. There's 20 together. I'll do 20 partially spread. There's 20, now I'll take them out as wide as I can. Now, sometimes here I'll take a break, work my lower back again. So I do extra low leg lifts because it's pretty easy for me. It's working the muscles of the lower abs. I don't have a real well defined six pack, so I don't really know how those people do that. But anyway, my main concern is to strengthen my core, my sides, my obliques, my abs, my back. This is strengthening my back. But that's the main goal of my workout, to keep my back in good shape, or as good as possible. Okay, I'm going to do what I call a ladder, a low ladder. We're taking the legs back out into a leg lift position, hands above, and we're going to bring the knees and elbows together as if we're climbing up a ladder. So pulling myself up and pushing with my legs, pulling myself up, pushing with my legs, pulling myself up. Okay, as I said, I'm going to try and make a couple more videos, one on my nutrition ideas and one on the easier variations for people that are just beginning. I may also do a video of just this workout without explanation between, in case you want something to follow along too and you want to be able to do it on a daily basis. It should be about 20 minutes long. I believe that's about how long it takes me. So we finished up the ladder. I'm going to do side planks again. My foot's kind of resting on the right foot, right elbow and forearm are on the ground. I'm lift myself up, lift my hips up. Again, this works the obliques. We're going to start. If you want to just hold this for a minute, that's plenty, if you can. If you can do more, lots of people do multiple minutes. You know. Here we go, leg lift, leg up. Now some people can do planks for 4 or 5 minutes. I can't. and down. And leg up. I am on my foot. It's a little hard to tell there. And leg down. A little hard to tell, but my weight's on my foot. With the sweatpants on, they kind of block that. Leg up. Last one. And leg down. And we'll switch that out. Work my left obliques. Weight will be on the left foot and left elbow. And right foot's on top. And we bring ourselves up into side plank. Start the timer. All right, leg goes up for about 10 seconds. Again, you don't have to. You can stay in the side plank and leg down. And if you're just starting out, you can go on your knee with your legs bent and just hold that position for a minute or whatever you can. Leg up. About 10 seconds. And down. We got one more to go. Leg up. And down. Again, the weight's on my foot, it's not on my calf. And again, if you're just trying to do these, you can bend your knees. That puts a lot less strain on this whole side of your body. Okay, here's the one that I probably like the least. And the problem is really that I just do too many of them. But I can usually do about 50. And I'm going to bring the knee up. As I do that, again, fingers are lightly touching the head. You don't want to be grabbing. You don't want to be pulling that head around as hard on your neck. Your neck is really not that sturdy. You have very small vertebra in your neck. Anyway, so fingers are lightly touching the head, and I'm bringing my left knee to my right elbow. I'm going to switch, bring my left knee to my right elbow, switch again. So I count that as a half and 1, half and 2. So 2 of those is 1 rep. And we'll get started. Right leg's out straight, left leg's up into a knee, and right elbow to the left knee. We're going to switch. Half. 1, 2, 3. Okay, glad that one's over with. Good ab workout. Works a lot of your muscles that go diagonal across your abs. And for me, it's cardio to do that many. From here, I'm going to do toes wall to ceiling. So this is what I mean by that. I'm bringing the legs apart, and the toes are now pointed towards that wall. Now basically I'm going to bring the toes up to the ceiling. I may bring it a little bit past. The goal
What I try to do is bring my hips a little bit off the floor with that. And that would be 2 and 3. And that's 20. Okay, and this is the last part of my workout, the actual workout part of the workout. Often if I have time, I'll do stretches afterwards. This is a knuckle push-up, and I'm going to do a reverse incline knuckle push-up. So your weight is on your knuckles in general, your first 2 knuckles on each hand. If you're on carpet, it gets distributed across more knuckles than that. But if you're on hard wood or a hard floor, you're basically on your first 2 knuckles. And so you're using your knuckles. It allows you to lower further into the push-up, working your muscles a little bit more, requires more effort. And again, I try to work my upper chest. So I'm putting my feet up on this chair. I'm getting more of an incline, and I'll still have my butt in the air a little bit, at least I think I do, and I'm going down into a push-up with this. I think I counted 28 there, a little more than I usually do. Normally I do 22 to 26, something like that. And I try and look back and forth on every other one, so you're not keeping your head cranked to one side the whole time. I turn my head so I can get a little bit deeper into the push-up. These knuckle push-ups can also be done without a chair. I should walk through that. So, if you're just starting, if you're just starting, you can do it on your knees. I'm going to put together a whole video of how to do this stuff a little bit easier if you're just starting. You can do it on your knees, and maybe bring your legs up so you're not using your legs too much. Or this is a little less impact to go like this. See, I can get lower. If my head's like this, my face runs into the floor. If I turn my head, I can get closer to the floor. So my chest isn't touching the floor, but it gets close. So that would be a regular knuckle push-up version. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you next one. Hi YouTube. I often get questions about my dog, like, yeah, hello bud, I'm trying to make a video. What are you doing? No. Good boy. So anyway, yes, hello. I quite often get comments when people find out that I'm 60. They want to know what my secret is. How do I look like I do at age 60? So I have some nutrition ideas I'll share, my exercise routine, and something else.